Oh, welcome to a PSA from the PSAs. My name is Lillian Bischof, and I'm a Presidential Student Ambassador here at West Virginia University. Today's podcast is going to cover how you can get involved in undergraduate research as a student here at WVU, and even features one of our star students who has gotten involved in research as a freshman. Everyone, welcome our guest, a fellow PSA from Cohort 3, Melina McCabe. So Melina, could you share your major, your year in school, and one of your favorite things about WVU to get us started?
Sure. So I'm Melina. I am a freshman here at WVU. My major is biomedical engineering. And since coming to WVU, I would say that the most amazing part of being at WVU is the amount of opportunity. I never really thought that going to WVU would afford me the opportunities that it has. But since I've been at WVU, there's just so many opportunities for everyone, no matter what you're interested in.
Yeah, I totally agree with it. That's such a good statement. WVU, even though it is an in-state public institution, really has something for everyone. And I think everyone can really benefit from being involved. So I know that you've been really involved your freshman year, especially in undergraduate research, which is really impressive because not a lot of students realize that as a freshman, they can be doing work that is actually pushing their field forward. So could you share with us what kind of research you do and how you got involved in it?
Yeah, so I do biomechanics research, and we work on improving rehabilitation techniques for stroke and Parkinson's patients. And I got involved with it. I talked to the Office of Undergraduate Research, and they told me some really great ways to get connected with faculty. So after that, it was super easy. I emailed a couple of faculty members whose research I was interested in, and I got to go meet them and tour their labs, and then I was able to pick which one I wanted to be involved in as a freshman. So
Wow.
all around, it's just been a great experience.
Wow, that's really great. So it sounds like you got involved and were basically was basically fearless from the start. Do you think it was that you had to overcome like a little bit of maybe anxiety or like nervousness approaching a mentor because of, their place in research? How did you overcome that?
It was definitely intimidating, especially when everyone in my lab says that the doctor title just kind of puts a barrier between a student and a professor. Mm-hmm. And I thought, especially going into it, I was so nervous. I was like, this is a professor. I need to make the best impression. What if they don't like me? But I realized that they want students that are interested in their work. And while there is a formality that comes with working with a professor, it also gives you a mentor, and it's just been a really good experience.
Wow, all positives. I love that. And I love the fact that even though it can be intimidating, you have someone that's really wanting to encourage undergraduate research because it's only going to benefit their laboratory in the field. So that's great. And you found your mentor online. How did you find your mentor?
So I just started looking through professors in the engineering school because that's what type of research I wanted to do. And if you look on the faculty websites, they have exactly what type of research they do listed. And I even looked up some of the professors and read a couple of their abstracts and just kind of made a list of professors that I was interested in. And then if you talk to the Office of Undergraduate Research, they'll tell you how to approach professors, how to email them, how to talk to a professor when you go to meet them. And the professors I talked to were all really great. And while I was really nervous to do it, it was not nearly as scary as I thought it would be.
Okay, that's great. So you also, I know you're involved in a research program at WVU as well. You're involved in the research apprenticeship program run by the Office of Undergraduate Research. Can you kind of explain how that program differs from students just partaking research on their own, and like how have you benefited from doing a program-based research?
Yeah, so the RAP program is really great because it connects you directly with the Office of Undergraduate Research. They give you take a class that's included with it, and in that class they really teach you how to do different things involved with research. So they kind of show you how to manage your time better, how to track your hours, what type of things you can do for your research. They show you ways to manage your time. They help you write abstracts, help you write pitches of your research. So it's a really good program, and it just kind of adds to the research that you're doing.
Okay, so basically it supplements what you're already doing and provides you kind of with a diverse network of your peers that you can kind of work with. Would you agree?
Yeah, and I would definitely say that it gives you guidance because you have you have your TA for the class, and they're right there with you. They help you deal with any problems, any students that come up. So it's really a great program.
Wow, that's great. And the last question that I really want to ask, because you mentioned that they help you manage your time, and time management is so important in college, especially when you're taking a heavy course load as you're an engineering student, which I'm sure is very challenging. What do you do to manage your time, and what advice do you give for students who want to pursue research?
I found when school started, I was having a hard time managing my time, and we actually do this activity in the Research Apprentice class where you actually look at what you're doing all day. And I think once I started doing that and saying, what am I actually doing with my time? I found that there was a lot of time where I was sitting on my phone or not really doing much of anything. So I think once I started looking and saying, okay, I have way more free time than I think, then it was easy to just kind of make a schedule and make sure that I was able to get my research in during the times that I was going to. So I would say if you're wanting to get involved in research, it's definitely doable, even with a lot of classes. I'm currently in 20 credit hours, and it's really not bad at all. But especially if you do the Research Apprentice program, they'll help you fit it in, and yeah, you can definitely fit it in.
That's great. So, do you have any last words or comments that you'd like to make before we wrap up this podcast?
I just want to encourage anyone who's on the fence about it to take the step. Getting involved in research can be kind of scary, but for me, it's been an extremely rewarding experience. So I would encourage any student who's maybe on the fence about it or who's thought about it but hasn't really gotten involved with it to take the leap and do it.
Thank you so much, Melina. I really appreciate you being here. And thanks everybody else for listening. This was a PSA from the PSAs.